guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this makeup look using Jeffree Star's new Androgyny palette. I also did use a couple new products throughout this video, like foundation and powder and bronzer and all that kind of stuff. I got this blown out sunset look using this palette. I love it. It has a lot of fun colors in it, so it really inspires me to play with color. Even though I used a lot of the neutral colors, I'm still playing around with the blues and greens because that is definitely out of my comfort zone, so I'm still trying to figure out how to play with them. These shadows are so extremely pigmented. All you need is the littlest bit on your brush and it will go so far. And the pans are huge, so you're probably never gonna hit pan on this. Like ever. I would have to say my favorite color out of this palette is Deja Vu, which is this one right here. It is what I have all over my lid today. I love the way that this look came out. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really summery and fun as well. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, it's me. Anyway, I'm gonna start and prime with this IPKN Primer. It does have SPF of 15. Oh, and I just got that on my nose. It actually smells really good. I would love to have this in a lotion, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about it as a primer. I got this in my Birchbox. Honestly, I didn't notice that much of a difference using this primer, if it filled in my pores or not, but I do think I like the smell of it, but I'd rather have it as like a lotion instead of all over my face, because if you don't like the smell, it is very strong. It has a very floral smell, like a sweet floral smell to it, but I like it. I'm going to be using this foundation from Soap & Glory. This is the One Heck of a Blot. The reason why I got this is because it was a liquid to powder foundation, which I have never tried before, and it's also supposed to be all day wear, and it comes out really, really thick from the bottle, as you can see. And there's cat hair on my booty blender. So this foundation does have really full coverage. It is doing a good job covering up my discoloration. However, this foundation looked so terrible on my skin. It just looks very foundation-y. It also just clung to the dry patches that I had on my skin, and you can just tell that I have foundation on, and it makes it look like you have tons of foundation on. It did dry to a powdery finish, but I just hated the way it looked on my skin. It just looks really cakey underneath my eyes, and you can see around my nose of how thick it looks. So I do not like this. So even though this foundation clearly looks really awful on my skin, I wanted to use a concealer that I knew worked really well with a lot of foundations to just see how it blended on top of it. And it ended up being even worse. It just did not look good at all. I don't know what I was thinking. So I had places to go and I did not want to walk out of my house with that foundation on, so I took it off and I'm going to be using something else. So this time I'm going to use the Estee Lauder The Smoother Primer. It makes my skin look porcelain smooth. I have used this a couple times before and it is fabulous. This foundation from e.l.f. I've actually been using all week. It is $5.99 and I got it at Target. Oil-free and an SPF of 15. It does not feel greasy like an SPF. I have a tendency to be oily in my T-zone, and it does not make me look even oilier. I would say it's about a medium coverage foundation. It doesn't cover all of my discolorations, but it just looks really pretty and natural on the skin, and it lasts all day, on me at least. And I forgot to tell you what it's called. It is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and I am in the color Porcelain. I just used my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because I didn't have a new one to try. This powder from Milani has really become one of my favorites. It is very lightweight and it does give your face like a nice glow to it. It is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. Prep Set Glow, yep. I am so serious when I say this. This is my new favorite bronzer of all time right now. So this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer in the color Park Avenue Princess. I think there is a color that is a shade darker, but for my skin tone, this bronzer is everything. It just bronzes my skin so naturally. Like, oh, look how pretty that is. I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Blush Palette. I have not used this yet, and I'm going to take this pinky peach shade and put it on my cheeks. I was actually really impressed with the formula because it blended really well and it's quite pigmented, but you can slowly build it up and it's not overly pigmented. I wanted to use this highlighting shade in the palette as well and see how it worked. It is really powdery and it just kicked up a lot of powder when I put my brush in there, but it does have a nice subtle highlight. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good for a drugstore price. I do think there are other highlighters that I like better at the drugstore, but it is pretty good. I like it. I think I like it. And finally, I'm going to be using Jeffree Star's Androgyny palette. Look how beautiful and pigmented these colors are. So I'm going to start with the color Safe Word and just blend that into my crease as my transition color. I'm going to be using the color Charm to also blend in my crease and warm up this look a little bit. You have to be so careful when using these shadows because they are so extremely pigmented that you need the littlest amount. I'm going to take one of my favorite colors in this palette, which is Fetish, and I'm going to use yeah, it is so pigmented. Tap off that brush. But I'm going to be using a smaller blender brush, and I'm going to blend that on my outer V and bring it into my crease, and then just windshield wiper motion that until it is blended out because I got a little bit too much on that brush. I'm taking the color Deja Vu, which is my favorite color in this palette. It is a beautiful bronzy color, and I'm putting that all over my lid. I did forget to mention that if you're going to be using this palette, I would definitely do your eyes before your face makeup because it does have a bit of fallout because the powders are so soft. Onto the lower lash line, I'm going to be using Fetish to just blend underneath my lashes. Then I took Dominatrix and I'm just going to blend that on the outer part of my lower lash line and then also bring it to the outer V of my lid just to deepen up the look a little bit. I used my Maybelline Lash Sensational for my upper and lower lashes and then also popped on some Ardell Demi Wispies. Then I'm going to be using this Jordana Cream, Sweet Cream liquid lipstick in the color that I can't remember, but I'll have a link down below, and topping it off with French Tickler Gloss by Marc Jacobs. Alright guys, so that is it for my video. If you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!